Um, okay, good evening, everyone. So today I'll be giving you a demo of using the N-Vivo. So I'll be just showing you the basic functions, and I think those are the most important functions. You don't need to go into much details as of now. Even if when you're starting, and moreover, like even if you're like 10 years in qualitative research, you can still use these functions and do your thematic analysis, because half of the I would not, it's not right just half, it's like around 80-90%, which is going to be like manual itself, which I'll show you how it happens. But first I would like to grab your attention to the 4 pictures which I've shared with you. Mariam, can you hear me, or is it there something I have to stop?
Yes. No, ma'am, I can.
Okay. So the thing is, because I already shared the interview guide, Mariam has shared it in the group. So if you would have noticed that the first question was like, draw your favorite fruit and vegetable. So I actually used the draw and tell technique along with face-to-face interviews. The reason being, sometimes it's challenging to, elicit responses from, younger people like children and adolescents. So this comes as a very handy technique. And so that's the reason I implemented one. And that's why I shared the pictures with you. And I also shared 2 pictures where the, 2 girls are, 2 participants are drawing their particular fruit, favorite fruit and vegetable. And of course, after doing that, then I started the questions using the drawing made by them. So as of now, today, I have 4 transcripts with me. So these are just pilot interviews. I've not yet I've not yet started the full scale study. So, but anyways, the reason for doing the pilot interviews is, which I mentioned last time also, that if there's any change in the question interview guide, we can do so. But as of now, the 4 interviews which I've done 2 with male adolescents and 2 with female. So as such, I don't think any questions have to be modified. So 99.9%, I will be using this data, or rather the right word will be merging this data with my full scale study data, which I'll start next week or so. So first I'll tell you how to, I hope if you have seen an N-Vivo, screen or something, so it looks like this, which I'm sharing right now. There's some function called the import. If you can just see here. And here are my 3 transcripts, which I've already, imported here. And I'll show you how to import another one. So just go to the import function and just go to files, which I'm sure you guys can do it. And I'll just go to my desktop, and then there is fruit and vegetables folder. Let me just go there. There's F3 transcripts, and I, pull this through here. One sec. It should come through. So yeah, just write A53. That's it. You can just cite it here. So this is how you just import a file. If you don't know, I've just shown it to you, and it's something very quick. Now let's open the transcript. So just double click. It should open now. Yes, it's already opened up. Okay. Try to, I would rather say use a Word file. Don't use a PDF file, because in PDF, the coding becomes very challenging, and a Word file, the coding is easy. So now we'll just start, and I'll read through it, and you can also just, have a read through. And then we'll see how we extract the themes, the codes, or whatever it is. So this is the first transcript I'm doing. I don't have any codes already made in this software, in the system. So I will be just doing it just right now up front. Okay. Son, hold the phone in your hand. So, I had said beta. So that's why, because it was done in Hindi, I've done it in English. Okay, hold the pose, whatever it is, just give the phone, give to her, blah, blah, blah. You have made your fruit. So yeah, now I ask that person. So I stands for myself. It's the interviewer, and A is the participant. Okay, you have made your favorite fruit, right? Then yes, which one have you made? Mango. So here it's fine. Till now it's fine. You don't have to do any coding here. Yes, now here, why do you like these? First tell the reason why do you like mango and then lady's finger. Okay, so now the participant is saying here, 1 second, I'll just, just give me a moment. Yeah. Yes, I like mango more because it's available during summer season. So a little more good. It's available easily and there's no problem. So she talks about availability here. So what I'll do is, so you don't know whether this is going to be a theme or code or WhatsApp theme. We don't know. So right now I'm just doing the first transcript. So she talks about availability. Okay. It's easy availability. So we'll do a code selection. Since the codes are not there, so it's a first new code I'm going to make it. So you just do it. Availability. Just do that and just do a selection code. Okay, let's go down. And I like lady's finger because I like it the most among green. What do you like in lady's finger? You are saying, but what exactly you like about it? So she says taste. So this could be coming in your personal likes and dislikes. So anyways, I will tag this as it is as taste. So again, a new code. So I'm just going to do a taste here. Code selection. I think there is a message, a chat box. Oh, which version is I'm using? It's N-Vivo 14, I think. N-Vivo 14. Yeah. I will still cross-verify once, but as far as I remember, it should be 14, I think. Okay. Taste. Then, okay, you made a picture of bottle goat that you dislike. Why do you dislike it and what is bad about it? I don't feel like eating it. Again, she doesn't feel like eating it. Okay. So actually she's saying she doesn't like the taste again. So again, the taste has been repeated. Now, already we have done taste. So we'll do code to recent. 1 second. So already the taste is here. Can you see? So just click here. So this got coded to taste. Okay. So you never made, you did not make another new code. Yes, it's fair enough. Okay, fine. Adolescents who have 10 to 90, why do they eat fruits and vegetables? Okay, now this is interesting. Most of the children eat more for beauty and other stuff. Maybe other stuff. Beauty, somebody could put this in skincare, so could be in health, but I will just put it in beauty as such. Let's see what happens. We'll have a code selection. New code, beauty. And it may so happen, girls, students, that this code may not get repeated, but fine, we'll just make it and keep it, fine. No. Okay, but the one who eats, I want to ask you that those who are eating, why do you think they eat? Because of mother and father's scolding. Oh, okay. So that means the participant is talking about an influence of father or mother. Okay. So it could be parental influence, right? And of course, now, if you want to, go into deeper into this, then it looks like this is, parents are authoritarian. Okay. So, they are kind of forcing the child to eat. So we will not write that much here. We'll just do a family or a parental influence. Okay. Since it's a new one, we'll do a parental influence. Good, out of fear. Okay, scolding, yeah. That's why they eat. You think like that. Okay. So what did I ask next? So these fruits, yeah. Whatever the fruits, when you think has the more possibility of eating fruits. So I'm now asking a question like, what is the time you prefer eating more like your fruits and vegetables? Like, is it in breakfast, lunch, or dinner? We are looking at the times. Because maybe if you want to design an intervention in future, maybe you make, suppose they say that we eat maximum fruits at home. So there's no matter making an intervention which is for school, for increasing fruit consumption, because it may happen that the children will not consume fruits at school because they're already consuming at home. So, this will help us, to maybe design future interventions. Let's see what they answer. So its answer is snack time. Okay. So what you can do is here, what code shall I give? Maybe we can say fruit consumption time, maybe. Okay. So what I'll do is fruit consumption time. So she said snack. We can do a subcode here, but I'm just making it here. Okay, snack time. Good. Okay. When do you like eating vegetables most? During lunch break at school and at night at dinner. Okay. So we have now, one second. Now we have vegetable consumption time. And okay. So she says, main meals. If you want, you can just write main meals. Why? Because breakfast, lunch, and dinner are considered main meals. Okay, so I've just mentioned main meals because maybe there's another one who tells us, they have it for lunch or dinner. So that's why I've just made it main meals. But if you write lunch and dinner, it's not a problem. It's okay. It's for you to understand. Okay. Dinner. Do you take vegetables by yourself? Okay, fine. Dinner, fine. Do you take vegetables by yourself in lunch to school or do they provide? I take on my own. You take on your own. Okay. Then I would have said in English and Hindi. Okay. What would make it easier for you to eat fruits and vegetables on its daily basis? What's easier? Easily available in market, available at affordable price. Oh, that's important. Now, she again talks about easy availability. Okay. Do we have availability? Yes, we have. So we just code it again because, this theme is getting repeated again in the interview, this code. And now she talks about price. So that's important. So we will write down cost. Okay. So the participant is actually saying that it should be less costly or something which you can afford. So we'll just keep it as costly as of now cost. We'll see how other transcripts look like. Okay, I'm just doing a close here. Okay. Okay, good, very good. That means you can eat daily. Okay. Okay, so this NK is my note keeper. Okay, so I had a note keeper, so he just kind of interrupted me for something. We'll make it easier, whatever it is. So here we don't have to bother about much. I'll just, okay. Yeah. So, okay, that means increasing or decreasing the cost. So she's saying lowering the price. That means she's saying there is a barrier. Means as of now, she's unable to consume that much vegetables because the prices are high. So one of the barriers is that, and the facilitator would be if you lower the price. So we can just write down like this. Facilitator. It will be low cost. Okay. What do you think? Are the fruits and vegetables? But normally they are not at affordable price. So she's saying they're expensive. Okay, they are okay. Okay, they are not okay. So we're not always, so now the participant says, so we are not always able to eat it. Sometimes they come home, then you eat it. That's another thing. What do you believe is the main? Okay, so here what she's trying to say is that yes, sometimes they're unable to get it at home because they may be costly. Okay, they cannot afford it. So this is a barrier, okay, because it's not coming at home. So we'll do a code selection again, and maybe I'll just put a barrier here. Barrier, and then we can put expensive and veggies. Fine, we'll just do it here. What do you believe is the main reason for us to do not consume? Okay, I again repeated in Hindi. To be cool, to make reels on Instagram or it's up. Not to eat, make them cool. So what they are saying, it is something to do with personality and identity. Or maybe, I I don't know if you students have heard about peer norms, to be acceptable by the peer group. Okay. So maybe what we can do here is barrier, we can put it could be kind of social stigma, maybe, or I will not say social stigma, that's a wrong term. It could be peer pressure. Just put a comma, and then maybe we can put a peer group acceptability. You can also say, fashion, style. Let's see what happens. Okay, we have done that. Next. Instead of them, snacks, cold drinks, and other stuffs comes by reason. So that means she's saying people would like to have snacks, cold drinks, and other stuffs. Okay. It's okay. Yes, it may happen. I do not know. Low voice. So fine. Now, next question. I think what makes it hard to eat more fruits and vegetables? It's not good to eat same things daily. Okay. Now that you eat different fruits and vegetables, what is the problem? What's the difficulty? No. What's your difficulty? Suppose today I could eat capsicum. Tomorrow we'll eat spinach. Other day cabbage. Due to get bored of eating vegetables and all these things every day. That is the reason to eat little junk food. So this you can interpret in many ways. You can either say that there's more liking for junk food. That's why it's a barrier. Okay. That is the reason, because they don't want to eat vegetables daily, because they want to explore other tastes and they like the taste of junk food. Fine. So I will again go, because she's again continuing to say that. Again, I say, what? Okay, good. Okay. Fine. No, she is only saying this much. So we have to code here itself. So you can say one of the barriers is liking for junk food. Okay. It could be a barrier. Okay, then we'll go think about when you are at home. You're at home because is there anything that prevents you from eating fruits and vegetable? It's also been seen that fruits are available to everyone in the family, means I'm not only one. The rest should also get it in equal amounts. So again, she talks about availability and sharing, So again, you can say that home availability is limited. It's not there. It's not always available. So this could be a barrier. So again, we'll do a code here. It's a barrier. Because she's saying that, everybody should get it. That means she's saying it's not possible to have it every time and in equal amounts. So that means there is limited home availability. And mind you, this participant is from the lower socioeconomic strata. Just letting you know that. Limited home food availability. Is just saving it, okay? Yeah. If you're in school, it is anything that prevents you from eating fruits and vegetable. So now what is stopping? The time is the problem in school. Lunch break is very less, just 15 minutes. I have to eat or do any other work. Okay, so that means she now says that at school it's not possible to have fruits and all. So it could be because this theme actually has come in another one of the earlier studies. Lunch breaks are short, okay, to consume fruits, because fruits, generally have to chew and it takes time, mind you, okay? Or else then eat fruits. Means where will time come from? Okay, but do you get fruits and vegetable? It's not even available for you. This is not here, but okay. Midday meal. Midday meals are available, but till class 8th only. And that's true. In any school, if you go government school, so it's till 8, you have the midday meal. And there is a thing that, one day they will get a banana or something. So this girl was in class 9. So she was going to a semi-aided, school, government school, where there was no, of course, since she was in class 9, no meals were available. So actually, the fruits are not available. So for her, we can say no fruits are available. Okay, so we can say here, this is going to be a barrier. No availability of fruits in school. Okay, so just code it. Fine. Then we have, okay, we never get fruits. On the name, we always, okay, now she talks about earlier. We always get only one thing, that is banana, up to class 8. So she mentions it, but we will not take into consideration because she is not getting it right now. People are telling, okay, what should I write? You can write, I'm just thinking, yeah. Have you gone to restaurants? Now I'm talking about, I had a question that if you go to restaurants, do you eat more vegetables and fruits, whatever it is? Okay. So first, my question is, when you dine in restaurants, do you eat more or less vegetables when you dine out in restaurants? She said less. I think so. Their making may not be hygienic. Okay. So she says that yes, she doesn't consume vegetables in restaurant because she's concerned about hygiene. So you can write it as of now. Limited consumption of veggies outside. So you can write down unhygienic, something, unhygienic practices, whatever she's saying. Just put it here. Okay. Okay, less. Good. Coming to the last question. What prevents you means, here I give you an example. First, listen to what prevents you from reaching for an apple instead of a Oreo cookie. Okay. So I just again, tweak the question. There's a packet of chips and on the other side, there's an apple. So I asked her that which one will you grab first? Why are you picking up chips? Why not apple? Because chips have a good taste. So it's very clear. She's again saying that one of the barriers for choosing, barriers for limited consumption of fruits and vegetables could be the liking for junk food. Okay, 1 second. So again, we can just do a code here. We already had it, right? Barrier is liking for junk food. Fine. I think this is over. So I will not close it as of now, but I want to show you something here. There's some function called the explore diagram. So we'll just click that and see what happens. I know it's too many themes and it's quite crowded. Can you see this? Okay. So this is for this one participant. Similarly, we'll do for another one also. But I will take some questions now. As of now, maybe I'll just go to Zoom and I'll just stop share for one moment. Okay. Now, if you have any questions till now, did you understand how I coded? I will do another one with you. So if you have any questions, please ask me. And this is just a pilot interview which I conducted. Yes, I think Ashish has a question. Yes, Ashish.
So Neha, I was confused. Not confused, I would say, but I haven't seen your previous. I wasn't in the previous meeting, but from this, I can understand. So, in like interview, you have certain barrier and you can insert certain variables. But the thing is, how do you quantify the
We don't quantify
system? Because every individual that you interview, okay, they have their like the barrier percentage would vary for person to person, right? How would you be
correct? Yes, it will be. Yes, you're right. So today I don't think I'll be able to show you that. Let me do, let me start the interviews. Maybe when I end this 10-week of session, perhaps I can bring these slides again and show you around 20 interviews. And then you can see where we have the maximum loading, where we have the maximum repetition. I'll just do another interview right now, and then I can show you a bit, 2 interviews where we have, concentration of maximum themes. So we will be taking only 5 or 6 major themes, which will be across all the interviews. Or maybe I would rather say 2/3 of the interview, if it's saying a particular theme, then we will report that theme. Then it's known as a major theme.
Thank you.
Yeah. I can show you maybe somewhere in February or March. Hopefully my data collection will be over, and I will be, having around, expecting around 40, 50 interviews, depending on saturation. And then we will decide from there. I can show you there that yes, which themes we are taking and why. Okay, but today the session was to tell you how to code. Okay, here because in qualitative we generally don't quantify. That is
yeah, I can understand.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Any other question?
Yeah, I have a question. Hi, Neha. So, I also did not spend the very first session, so this is what I got to know. So that is why I joined this one. So, now
no
that you
worries
were
about that.
coding, so you were just going by the first level of coding, right? So you have not gone into the second
Right.
level of coding. Yeah.
No, you can't do second level now. Yes, we can't do it now.
Okay.
Yes.
And the other thing is, so basically, so you're coding based on your interpretation of what they're saying. So then, like, for example, if I have to verify the code, since you are the only interviewer over there, so is there any way to verify the codes which you have given to those sections of the interview?
Right. But it's a very good question, and I wanted this thing to come up. So I know you not attend my last one. So those who have attended would remember what I mentioned. We always have 2 coders, minimum 2 coders, minimum. Okay, so I will code separately for this one. Let's say I am doing, I will use the N-Vivo, and of course it's actually manual. It's just my interpretation, my subjective thing. Then I have another person who will be coding. Then we will sit down, and then we'll find the the main template or the main sheet, after reaching a mutual consensus. And it could happen that where I may say this is not a theme, and my partner, the other coder, may say no, this is a theme. Then we will go to a third party. So that's why we always have 3 to 4 minimum authors for qualitative, and generally we need 2 to 3 people, minimum 2 and maximum 3, I would say, coders for doing this coding, so that there is no personal or any disciplinary or any gender bias. So I would prefer another person who's going to do the coding for me to be a male respondent. A male coder. Yeah.
Right.
So
that person need not be an interviewer, right? I mean, so the person can work on the transcript.
No. Yeah, because I will be giving the transcript.
Right. Okay.
To that person. Let's say I only give it to you, Bisha. Okay. Let's do this work. What I'll do is I will now have around 30, 40 transcripts. I will give at least whoever is interested, I will give you 10 transcripts, just for an example. And then we can match the codes. That's it. And then you will learn it. It's as simple. So that is the reason it's a mandate. You need to have 2 coders. You cannot manage with 1 coder, because then there is a high possibility of gender bias, disciplinary bias, personal bias.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Any other questions as of now? Let me start with another interview and show it to you, and let's see where we stand. Okay.
Neha.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Sandhya. Yes.
Hi. So once we code the transcript, so coding is very easy, like line by line coding, and I think there wouldn't be much discrepancy when 2 coders are coding, So the first line code is very easy to come out. But when we are, it's like weaving a thread. So once you're preparing a theme, so don't you think there are, I mean, the single story, there are different way of interpreting the same story. I mean, one person can create one story out of it. Another coder might create another.
Yes. Why not? No. See, now I'll give you an example here of let's say, what would we do now? Yes, let's say that parent thing, that parental influence had come through, mother and father scolding, fear of, parents.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just stopped at parental. Okay, but I did use one term known as authoritarian. So there are different parenting styles: authoritarian, authoritative, permissive. So when you use force, that is a typical authoritative style. Yeah, authoritative, I think, or is authoritarian. It's either one. I'm just getting confused. The bad one, I think, is authoritative. Let's say I did this subcoding, like I had a parental influence, and then a part of that was authoritative. Maybe my another coder may not be from this discipline, and he or she may just say, because I do a lot of parental feeding practices, so I'm aware of these terms. He or she may be from an economics background, may not have even heard these terms. So he will just say like family influence, or just use the sociological model. So when I sit with him or her, then he can say, why are you going so deep? So then what happens? I can ask my third coder, let's say, and I'll say, I am interested in putting this as a sub theme. Will you agree? So then that person will say, give me some 10 transcripts. And if he or she sees that, again and again, that scolding pattern is coming, fear is coming, then that person may say, okay, Neha, you have to retain it. And if she says, no, it's just like parents just told them to eat it, there was nothing to know, we are not talking about fear or scolding or thrashing the child if you don't eat fruits and vegetables, then maybe my sub-theme of authoritative will be deleted. So that's why we have the third coder to, fix any concerns or issues. On what could be another example? I'm just thinking.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Another example, you say, Sandhya, if you can tell me, and then perhaps we can,
Yeah,
look
so
into
I
that.
can tell you like my study. So I have been trying to understand the impact of the COVID on the hospitals. So
Hospitals.
yeah,
Okay,
on the
yeah.
hospitals, tertiary care hospitals. So if I have to, the very simple way of creating themes is just whatever the challenges and the impacts and all that. So there is very easy way of aggregating the dimensions into challenges and facilitators,
Yeah.
etc. So, but if I
Yes.
have to create a, the second order themes are very abstract based, they are very academically, you have to have some theoretical linking here. So if I try to make some story, I mean,
It's not necessary. No, it's not. Why? Why can't you present your themes as they are? Because you need to support the courts. No, yes, if your other coder also thinks that this is the way it has to be done, then it's fine. But if you are just thinking in that way, then I don't think, I don't know whether you want to take it ahead, because then you have to check with your third coder. I don't know if you have seen some of my papers. Like I just had one question I had asked, like, what is the most important influence on adolescents' food habits? That's the one question I asked, just one question. And of course, with that same one question, people, like somebody said, for school, that same one respondent said school, and then he or she said family. So now you can say, I can interpret it as, okay, the most important is school, second is family. But when I went to another participant, so somebody then first said family and then second said school. So that time what we do is, like, let's say, this is the way, if this hierarchy comes in, then we will put, I would rather say, then we'll put all the themes at that same level, at the same level. So I treated school equally as important as my family environment. Okay, Sandhya?
Okay.
I don't perhaps have to see your data and then perhaps I can comment because, maybe it's very difficult to visualize.
Sure.
But yes, if it is straight themes, it's not necessary. You have, if somebody's saying, I don't like the bottle gourd because the taste is bad, that means it's taste. Yes, you can interpret it as personal likes and dislike. This is the way how you write it. So this is just like the change of terminology. Somebody will say, ma'am, I want to write taste. Somebody will say, I will just write personal likes and dislikes. That's the other way.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Again, same thing, that cool one. They want to be in fashion, that's cool. So, people can talk about identity also. And I also thought that, maybe they want to be a part of the peer group where it is not considered cool to have fruits and vegetables. So that comes about peer norms. So here there could be a very good argument. Maybe a psychologist may say, if she is, reviewing my transcript by saying that, Neha, this is like, development of identity, or maybe somebody can say we want to experiment with new foods because adolescence is a period of experimentation. So we have to see as we go across, around different transcripts, how the, themes are generated. And then only we can come to a decision. Maybe I will also change that. I will also think, okay, no, it's more of, experimenting with new things. They have been eating fruits and vegetables since they were born. So, something new. I want to try something new. Or it could be peer norms, but, I can only decide at the end of all the interviews. I'll not be able to take a call as of now because this is just preliminary.
So I have
Understood?
one more question, just last one.
Yeah.
Is there any limit how many codes do we create? Because we have to
Oh,
be.
no, there's no limits. You can create 100 codes. That's
Okay,
not a
so
problem.
one of my transcript is running more than 250 codes, and I was thinking
Okay.
maybe
Yeah, fine.
because we
No
have to
problem.
be a little parsimonious when we are trying to build the themes, and so if I have more codes, it means I have to have maybe more themes will get generated out of it, and then
But
the
it could
aggregate
be like
dimension.
some themes, see what happens is, as you go through your data, there are some codes which could be interrelated or, they are coming in two themes, like overlapping themes. So there you have to be, careful where I put these codes to. Okay. This will happen. This is a very common thing. Maybe there are two themes where you're getting the same codes.
Mhm.
Like, for example, right now I told you now somebody will interpret that as somebody, maybe I'll make two themes, identity development or experimentation, and one is peer group norms. That code which I made, that sentence was fitting in both the places, right?
Mhm.
So you can also have that concern. So that we will decide how, but again, that has to be done at the end. Right now, it's very difficult to show. And let's say if I have to even show you today that, you will not be able to understand. That's why I just wanted to start afresh. Let me do some more interviews, or maybe somewhere in the middle, I can ask for another demo session.
All right, definitely.
Maybe at the end, when I finalize, and then I perhaps you will get a better picture, and then you can ask me these questions. And why did you do here? Why didn't you code it here? Whatever it is, we can take it.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, I think now what I'll do is, now I'll again share my, again, it's giving me a prompt. 1 second, I'll just share my screen again for you people. Sure. I hope you can see my screen as of now. Mariam, can you see it?
Yes, we can.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay. I'm just saving this, once export diagram.
Ma'am, I sorry, I'm interrupting you. Last time
Say.
I had shared decision tree, that coding, flow diagram. So can we use N-Vivo to, arrive at something like that?
Oh, yeah, we can. I will tell you. See, I generally don't use N-Vivo to do that. I do it manually, actually, because I just take the subcodes and codes and then I make it manually. But you can do it, but I generally don't use the software. I'll tell you the reason why. I'll tell you the reason, maybe a bit later on, or I can just tell you right now also. Because what happens, there is a challenge in that. The main challenge is, sometimes, how do I explain you here? This one, 1 second. Let me just save it and explain you. Yes, you can do a coding tree, no doubt about it. We can make it from here. But then you have to form the themes itself here. I rather do it on the paper because I find it very easy, because I take out these this sheet, or I can just show you the files once. If 1 second, let me just close this to you, and then you will have an idea. Okay. So yeah, now if you can see, oh, I don't know, why didn't I code this? Oh, that's a mistake here. So if you can see here, Mariam, this is for you, or even Sandhya, if you can just have a look at it. So now, and even Vishal, he also asked this. So these are the codes. So what happens? I actually take a printout of this sheet. And then I start making my sub-themes or themes, however it is. Because here you cannot see all the themes in one go, because you have to scroll down, because there will be many themes or subcodes. As Sandhya said, 250. You can't visualize 250 in this one screen. So that either you take out a printout, so then it's much better because it's in front altogether. And then you can segregate it, which codes you will put it to which sub-theme or theme. It depends. It's not necessary, even, Mariam, that you have to have sub-themes. Some of my papers have sub-themes. Some of my papers don't have sub-themes. They just have the main themes. So, it depends how your data comes out. It's, how it is. So you cannot just say it. And my main reason for not using N-Vivo for making a coding tree is this visualization thing. I am unable to make it, actually, because if there are too many, I will not be able to do it. Okay. So like this, what will happen is, as I finish my 40 files, so I think who was it? Ashish was it, the first person who asked me. So Ashish, if you can see availability barrier. So let's say if 30 people say this, so this barrier, the file number will become 30. So then I will know how many people are saying it, So that will, tell me that, okay, this is a heavy loaded theme and this has to come. So this is a main theme. So that only I can say at the end of all the analysis. Mariam, did you understand? What did I say? I don't know.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because I find it very challenging to do it on this one, because I cannot see all the themes, even if I minimize and, it's very difficult. So I take out paper, printouts of these codes, and then I do my themes. It's like that. So I do it on paper. Yeah. And I think many of the people do it like that only. And moreover, it's much easier, because then you can, and if you're sitting with another coder, that time also you can show that, how your things are following, because the other coder may not have the facility of N-Vivo. That also you have to make sure. Okay, fine. Now let me just go to another file for, which files shall I take? I was just thinking. Let me take a 45. Let me just see which one is the last one. Let me see 53. What is 53? Okay, we will take this favorite fruit, mango, and okay. So again, we asked, I asked the participant, this was a boy. So this is a boy, I know. And this boy is reading in which standard? Class 6, I think. 6th standard. 6th or 7th. I don't remember it, but I have noted it down. So yeah, favorite food, mango, favorite vegetable, capsicum. Fine. First tell about mango, then about capsicum. Mango tastes good. So, okay. So tastes good in, so mango tastes good. So again, this thing comes through. So we'll just code it here. Where is it? Yeah, taste is here. Code. Okay, taste is good, fine, taste sweet, good taste is equal anything. So I asked him, any other reason why you like mango? Okay, tell me, why do you like capsicum? Because it's different from other vegetables. Okay, so again, the respondent talks about, and of course, capsicum does have, bell peppers do have a very different flavor. So that boy talks about taste again. So we have a taste. Okay. What's different? Silence again, there's no single answer, right or wrong. So yeah, I'm telling the child that, there is nothing right or wrong, because children generally get intimidated. They think if they answer something, because, they have this, because they, write in exams, it's very natural. Okay, if this is wrong, so they feel bad, the teacher may scold. So, I told the boy that, listen, there's nothing right, nothing wrong. Whatever you say, it is important to me, because I'm going to see this as a view or as a voice of Indian children. So you have to, tell all this to the child, because, just to make him more comfortable. Okay, fine. Capsicum is different. What is what? Okay, taste will make it. This flavor becomes different. Okay. No, the flavor word was used by B, so we'll not go there. Okay, which is not your favorite fruit and vegetable? So that was a melon and then a bitter gourd. Doesn't taste good. So again, talks about taste. Oh, and then she said, it tastes strange. I don't know what is strange taste. But anyways, the child doesn't like. So we again code it on taste. Okay. So taste, so that means taste is dominant. Personal like is very dominant. Why do it feels bitter? So again, the the child is talking about taste. So you can understand this is going to be one of the big themes. Okay, so now he's saying all people eat vegetables. Okay, normal. Why do you usually people eat? Yes, protein comes from vegetables. So now the child may not know the exact information. Generally, fruits and vegetables they are not very good sources of proteins. They're good sources of micronutrients like vitamins and minerals. So now there are two ways of coding this. I'll tell you. See, somebody may interpret this as lack of knowledge about the nutrient content. Vegetables are not good sources of protein. When we talk about protein, generally, anybody will say milk or egg. And I think a child can also say. So that means there is a bit of lack of knowledge, So we'll have two codes here. I will now just have a look here. So lack of knowledge, knowledge about what is this? I can just write nutrient composition or something or whatever. No, it's not composition, I would say. Nutrient content. Or is it content? No, we're not talking about content. What shall I code this as? Any idea? Because I don't know. What shall I put it here? Lack of knowledge, what? Nutrient content or what? Source of nutrient? What should be? Anybody just say it aloud? Because I'll not be able to open the chat box. What shall I code it? Can you tell me? Anybody? No one? Anybody? Maybe source of nutrient. Yeah, say. Yes, Ankita, say.
Nutrient content.
Yeah, but okay. If Ankita is saying, we'll just put a nutrient content. Doesn't matter. We will see. Okay, nutrient content. Fine, we did a code selection here. Okay. So another code will be, could be that, vegetables are eaten for health reason. Okay. So you can say, consumed because, yes, Ashish, you want to say something? I don't know. Because of health reasons. So see, now here I have done a double coding for one particular sentence. But we have to see how it goes, okay, for other transcripts. Okay. Why are they? Okay, what is the reason? You gave the reason for vegetables. Fruits also contain vitamins. Okay, so maybe the child is aware. So he or she is talking about that, why to consume fruits and vegetables. It could be because of health reasons. Okay, health because it has nutrients. Wait, there's some. Oh, yes. Mariam, what did you ask? If we can quote same sentence Yes, why not? You can. I will now explain you how you write it then. Okay, we will decide that, Mariam, later on. I'll let you know that. Just remind me once I finish this answer. Okay, no problem. It's a good thing. That's why I eat it. Okay, we eat during the day. Okay, I mean, when do you eat fruits? So he says in the afternoon. So I asked him at noon, before lunch, after what? So after food. So after meal it is. So that means, again, this is a mid-afternoon snack. Okay? This is not along with lunch. So we, again, when is fruits consumed? It's consumed at snack. Okay? Yeah. When do you eat vegetables? Eat in breakfast, also in lunch, even in dinner. Okay? So that's why I said we can have main meals. Vegetable consumption time, main meals. Okay, all three. Good thing, silence means a habit. This is, I am asking. Okay, no. If you eat this much, eat every day. Let me see. Eat. Why don't you eat? Answer first. Feel like doesn't present in the house. Okay. Okay, so here's something. It doesn't come daily in the home. There's some reason. This much couldn't. Okay, tell me comfortably. Is there any problem? What is the matter? So, I'm trying to ask the child, because I think he has responded somewhere. He doesn't eat fruits daily because he's saying it doesn't come to home always. That means it's not available. Okay. Okay. So means only one person in the house works from outside, brother. Okay. So again, the cost is coming, but here what I will do is I will code it. Is it in home? Where is that code? Limited home food availability. Yes. Only one person in the house works from outside, means saying that, only one person goes and earns. Mom have responsibility to bring home all the vegetables. Then the fruits are also expensive. Okay. Fruits are expensive. So again, they are saying affordability is a matter. So do we have? Yes, expensive. So that's one of the reasons they can't consume. Keep the phone near. They're expensive. Okay. Slow voice. It means that fruits are made cheap. So yeah, she again recommends cheap. That if it's cheap, then we can, have fruits and vegetables, particularly fruits she talks about. We can have it as, on a daily basis. Do we have a code for that one? I did make one. I don't remember which one is that now. No availability. No, it was that. Should be a facilitator if I remember. Low cost. Okay. Okay, deep breath. Give me answer. Okay. Not vegetables, you can eat fruits. Yes. What things will you be able to eat every day? Will the government provide such things you can, which you can consume fruits and vegetable every day? Should be a little cheaper. Repeat. What is the reason that your friends, there is a reason you must have friends who don't eat. Most of people don't like. Why? What is the problem? Something is, there's a problem. Then what is the problem? She's not telling the problem as of now. There's any other reason why your friends don't eat? Okay, again, she's saying fruits cannot be purchased every day by all house every day. She's talking that, everybody cannot afford having fruits every day. There could be many reasons. I'm trying to ask. She's not being, able to say that what is the other reasons. Okay, then anything else without... No one. Okay, now interesting. She talks about, finally she's saying something. No one likes homemade food. So that means she talks about the preparation and outside food to be tasty. Why? Daily, mommy, even she makes it. Who will eat it? Mom makes that every day. Good, you are at home. You have already given. So I'm just thinking how we code it now. So maybe there are two ways of coding this now. One could be monotony, because, remember the first participant also talked about, every day, daily ho ja raha hai. But anyways, that was clear that that person liked junk food. Here we can mention barrier. One second. Barrier as monotony. Monotony. Another one could be, we could have another one here, which is, it's can have barrier, liking for outside food. Okay. Again, this will cover outside food. Okay. Or you can do it, I know this oblique, they will not take it. Or it could be dislike home preparation. Okay. We are coding it here. Any other reason? Yeah. Is there any reason, school, due to which you're not able to eat? First of all, tell me the things in the school. Are fruits and vegetables? Yes. So she says it's available. So in her school, fruits and vegetable is available. Okay. Vegetable rice comes on Monday. Fruit only comes only on Monday, and that's a banana. So fruit is available only on one day. So she talks about availability of, both fruit and vegetables in school. So we can talk about fruit and veggies available in school. Okay. But this is one for the midday meal, because I do have children from private school. So they will be talking about cafeteria. Okay. So there I will code it differently. So midday meal, it's available. Okay.
So shouldn't it be as a barrier, or?
This is a facilitator. That we will do it, Ashish, later on. That only I'm saying now. I can't do anything today because I'm just starting right now. First 10 transcripts like trial. You will make as much, and then what will happen? Things will get, they'll automatically get segregated because you will already have the codes made, and then you're using already your previous codes.
I see.
You understand, the first 5 or first 10 transcripts are always, new. Okay. But as you will understand how the transcripts are going, and automatically the themes will start coming up. You actually don't have to take anyone's, automatically have a thematic template. And that is the time you're going to reach saturation. That is the reason you have to do, simultaneously, both your interviews as well as analysis, so that you can take a call when to stop your interviews. That is saturation of themes. When all themes come again and again, that means you start repeating the codes throughout the interview. When no new codes are formed, that's the time you're going to stop taking the face-to-face interviews.
I see.
Actually, last week, but I did discuss this. Okay.
So it automatically kind of, so it automatically understand where the saturation comes, right? What do you think?
Yes. But how will you know that? Only you can know it when you do it simultaneously, both the interviews as well as the analysis.
I see.
Okay.
Got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will never be able to do it. You will never be able to do it.
Yeah.
No, there is a possibility. No, that absolutely is. See what, let's say if you are the interviewer, Ashish, okay? If you are the interviewer, then what happens, and you have all the 40 interviews, then like let's say at 35, you will have an idea, अरे अब तो यार कुछ भी नया नहीं आ रहा है, सब वही वापस repeat कर रहे हैं. Then also you can take a call, Ashish. You can stop. But you cannot be sure. You can only be double when you do the analysis and the interviews simultaneously.
Yeah, I get it.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Now you got it? Yes.
Yeah. So for this, I think you'll have to. I think for this you'll have to identify where I think for this you'll have to identify variation in your participants.
Sorry, I didn't understand. You're talking about homogeneous sample or heterogeneous? What do you want to ask?
I think we need to find we need to find the heterogeneity in our participants.
No, it's not necessary. Yeah, I'll come to that. I did talk about it last week. I think so. See, what happens, it's not necessary that you have to have a heterogeneous sample. For example, let's say, this is a heterogeneous because I'm doing across different schools, both, I'm picking up children both from private and public as well as urban and rural. So I'm expecting my saturation coming around 50-55 because the more the sample is heterogeneous, there will be more variation. The more the sample is homogeneous, let's say I only had only had adolescents from private and urban schools, my saturation would have come at around 25 views only.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, no
Yeah.
worries. Okay. So, okay, now, she describes about the midday meal. So we are getting some information about the midday meal also, right? Okay, finally the meal is running in this particular school. This is an urban area. So she's she's what is in the vegetables. So she tells pumpkin is there, or no, or whatever, which days they give, Monday ko, sabzi hai, ya jo bhi hai, whatever it is. Okay. Acha, now what she says, why don't you eat? Now wait, now the question is going to come. So this is going to be a barrier. Why don't you eat? So she's saying she doesn't eat the food available in school. It is not good to eat. Rice comes raw. So she's talking about the midday meal. So she's criticizing it actually. This has nothing to do. So kind of criticism of midday meal. Rice comes raw. Vegetable is different. Water is different. So this was in Hindi. So what she's saying, ma'am, sabzi alag thi, wo ras alag tha, मतलब वो separated था. ठीक है? So like it's not a thick gravy, what she's talking about. Okay, that's why I don't eat. You have said that it's made, then it's not good. Okay, so now, see, this is going to be very interesting. She is criticizing. We'll have it as a barrier. Midday meal. Not cooked properly. That's why she's not consuming. See, the child is getting the fruit and vegetable. So she's talking about the vegetables actually here. She's getting it, but somehow she's not eating it. So even if it's available in the school, she's not eating it. So now Ashi is coming back to a question. This problem will only be cited by public school children in the sample, not by private school children. Okay.
Yeah.
So that, to get a saturation, let's say, and it may happen that another 20 of my respondents from public school don't even say this. So then I will not consider this theme. Then I will delete it. And anyways, that I will explain you once we have the final data with us. Did we code it? Yes, I did code it. Okay. Good. Okay. Ate in the restaurant. Yes. Well, so you go out and eat more vegetables. I eat more vegetables at the hotel. Okay. Hotel vegetable tastes good. So now make sure, so see, she's again confirming what she said earlier. This is the interview where we just, highlighted that, she's bored of eating the home food. Mummy rose banati hai, same thing, that monotony is there. And then she says, she likes the taste of outside food. So that could be a reason. The hotel vegetable tastes delicious and in the house it is normal. घर का खाना है, normal जैसा ही तो होता है, उसमें क्या है? Okay, fine. So let's go here and code this. So she talks about taste. So perhaps I would say monotony is okay. The main will be that the barrier will be that outside food is prepared well and the homemade food is not so good. Wait 1 second. Where is that barrier thing? Liking for outside food. So I think monotony point is weaker here. It's more to do with the home food preparation. So she doesn't like what's prepared at home. She likes what is outside. Okay. Suppose there's, okay, biscuit chips on one side and one side you have apple. Which will you choose? She directly says, chocolate, biscuit and chips. Why won't you choose apple? It tastes good. So again, very clear barrier. आप कितना भी कुछ कर ले, उनको कितना भी information दे देंगे, वो ultimately they are going to have chips and chocolate because they taste good as compared to fruits and vegetables. And this girl has repeatedly said that ghar ka khana bhi kharab hai. Okay, now let us just do an explore for this one. Okay. So here, A53N. I'm just saving it. And I want to show you another function here. 1 second. Yeah, can you just see here, compare? I'm just going to use this once, okay? We'll compare with A41. I'll give you an example now. Let's say if I want to, vary some males and females, so I will take out 5 male transcripts and 5 female transcripts, and then we can see. And can you see which are the common ones? Like taste is common. So you can understand that these things will dominate. Fruit consumption time as snack, vegetable consumed, at main meals. Low cost will be a facilitator. Barrier, expensive hai. And no wonder, like, people, children also know tomato itne mehenge ho gaye the. Tomatoes were so expensive. Common barrier, we like junk food more than the taste is very important. Barrier, limited home full ability. Every day it's not available. Okay. So this is also a way you can do it. Sometimes I use it. Sometimes I do use it, mainly for comparing boys and girls. This time I will be doing some comparison between private and public. And maybe then I will be comparing urban and rural. And then I'll see how that spans out. Okay?
This is really, really good. I mean,
you liked it?
Yeah.
It is amazing. Yeah. See, there are many functions.
Yeah, I think we can. Yeah, I mean,
this
is really. Yeah, so in this case, this is commonality. I think you can, here we can also see the if there is a size of these bubbles. Okay, taste part. How much common is it among the two? And
really, the size of the bubble doesn't interpret. Yeah, somebody had asked me this question. In another workshop I was conducting. No, it doesn't interpret anything. Actually, the size of the bubble gets interpreted in another software, which is Leximancer. There, that the bubble size is a big determinant. But here, no, there is no bubble size doesn't have any.
No, I'm saying here bubble is same size. So if the taste comes like common, let's say 35, and among them 70 out of 7, all of them 70. So bubble size like 100%, and then is a 30 out of that 50 matches, then bubble size is smaller. So then commonality kind of shows up, and which is the most common among the two.
Oh yeah. Yes, it is right. But there's one challenge with this, Ashish. I just want to tell you, we can only do 2 interviews here, like 2 transcripts at a time.
I see. Yeah, that's limitation.
Challenge. Yeah, there is a limitation with this function, but sometimes I do this, just to be doubly sure, that is the point I'm trying to make. Okay. Sometimes what happens when you do like a heterogeneous sample, there is a trouble sometimes, maybe I'm not clear what an urban and rural divide is, or maybe, talking about, or maybe a private and a public school child is talking about. So there could be something. And sometimes it's very simple. When you have homogeneous samples, then you will generally ignore the common codes, and very few on the, both on the right and the left. The central one will be the heavily, very heavy, and the left and right will be generally light. So I'm just sharing as of now for a moment. Okay, now if you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, then I'll jump to CASP. Yeah. Any more questions? Mariam, you had a question. Mariam? Yes. Wait. Direct message from Dipshika to me. No, I haven't used Atlas. No. Oh, nothing is better. It's more to do where you get your training from. If you're from Australia, you are bound to use N-Vivo, because QSR International, the company who is the developer for the software, is based in Brisbane, and I think Altus is somewhere maybe in the Europe or the US. So they use that, but they also use N-Vivo. I cannot comment which one is better because I have not used it. So I don't want to be dishonest in saying that maybe N-Vivo is better. But I find it useful. I have been using this since 2014. So it's almost going to be 10 years. And yeah. And, whenever I have done the analysis, I've got it right and I've made sure I've published in a good journal. So yeah, for me, N-Vivo is the best. Yeah. But yes, I have no negative comments against Atlas. Yeah. Yes, Mariam, now your question. If we can code same sentence that falls in two themes. Yes, Mariam, you can do that. Because it could have two meanings, right? Like, for example, that monotony thing, she's saying, when I asked her, homemade food, taste also is coming through there, and then she's rose khana. So it's monotony. So I think you can do that. But yes, now the question will be, I would suggest never put that line, maybe in your manuscript, because then let's say if you have two themes, let's say you have a monotony theme and you have a theme for dislike for home food preparation, the technique, then don't use this kind of a line, because this is a sentence which is kind of overlapping in themes. So you should always quote or use a quotation which is exclusively for a particular theme, which clearly states that. So make sure. Yeah. Is that okay, Maria?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So yeah, this is a good question. Actually, this came up to me last week itself. I was, reviewing my anemia, doing my revision for my anemia paper, not anemia paper, sorry, for my father's study. So they said, they are confused. They were thinking that this, like theme 9 and 10 are the same theme, but then somehow I had to describe them, the codes are exclusive for this theme. So yeah, it did take time for me to, kind of, specify that differentiation between the two. Yes. Yeah, anything else?
Yeah, I had a question. So we were talking about saturation some time ago. So, and then you said you can reach a saturation earlier if it is a homogeneous sample.
Yes. The possibility is very high. Yes,
right.
Yes.
So that is what I have faced in my field. And then, so is there any particular number that we have to satisfy, the minimum number, or is there anything like that in qualitative study? Because I think I have reached it in 15.
1.5?
1.5, yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Wait, you have to give me a moment. I will share a document maybe. Just give me a moment. I'm just thinking where I have that. I can show it to you. See, 10 to 15 is considered okay. It's considered okay. Just give me a moment. I'll just have a look at one of the documents and then we can go on from there. Scholarship submission, grant, data collection, participants. Yes. I hope we have it here. Is it 10 to 15 or what? Oh, yes. Should be here. Oh. 1 second, I'm just... Okay, I'm going to share my screen for a moment and then I can answer you, Vishal. So I was just writing a proposal and this is the way we write. So I'll tell you. In qualitative research, okay, can everybody see that? Because it's important. Anyways, I will discuss this in my saturation lecture, but just to clarify things today itself. Can everybody see it? Vishal, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Perfect. Yeah, in qualitative research, there's no rigid formula employed to determine sample size because it is interested in depth and associated themes of meaning rather than prevalence or scope. This occurs when information from additional informants no longer contributes new ideas, that is, new codes or themes to understanding of the problem or situation. Some scholars suggest that a sample of up to 10 participants usually provides enough rich data for in-depth analysis, while others recommend 30 or more in-depth interviews. Lubrowski and Rubenstein state that in practice, 12 to 26 participants seem to be sufficient for most qualitative research. And blah, blah, blah. I gave a justification for my screen. 1 second. Does that answer you?
Yeah, that
Your
answers
query?
me. Yeah.
Yes, but now, before you think that, you have reached that golden number, I'll just make you alert. Let's say if you're publishing this in a high ranking journal, a Q1 or a Q2, and since I'm assuming this is an Indian sample,
Right.
they argue with you. Now, I don't know, let's say if it's a team of doctors, then it's fine. But let's say if it's if your sample is mothers, then the argument will come through. They will say that you go, did you really get saturation? Because, they generally want to see numbers around above 25.
Right.
Above 20. Yeah, this is just for, for manuscripts. But yes, I agree with you that in reality, you may have reached at 15. But when it comes to publication, some reviewers and some editors could be, very picky, and, they will find this as a reason to, just reject your paper. Yeah. But if I can ask you, who are your respondents? Who are your respondents?
So these respondents are residents of a neighborhood across age groups. And so basically their location.
Only one neighborhood. It's only one neighborhood.
So because it is focused in that neighborhood, the study itself is focused in that neighborhood.
No, but you are saying across age groups. So
Across
different
age,
cohorts.
across age groups residing in the same neighborhood.
No, but then you cannot reach at 15, Bashar. You are still reaching at 15.
I mean, so
Really?
I am also considering this as a pilot study. So I am not like concluding anything on the basis of what I have done so far. So
No,
I just
that's
wanted to
fine. But then
understand.
you made a no. When you said saturation, that means I don't know what topic you're talking about, because see, different age groups will have different views. Don't you think so? So that's kind of a heterogeneous sample. It's not a homogeneous sample.
It is not a homogeneous in that sense, but then the fact that they all reside in the same neighborhood and the questions are related to the neighborhood, so that's why the responses
Yeah.
are
Now I got it.
yeah.
Maybe if you're talking about the park,
The
let's
park
say,
or like or the landmarks that they have over there or something. So or how they navigate the area.
Fine. I got a point. I've understood. But still, I'm thinking, let's say if I ask someone a question about, using open gyms, because I'm currently doing a study on that too. So, children have a different view. University students have a different view. Or older adults have a different view. Parents and, middle-aged people have a different view. And
So
it's
they
the
had different views. So, but then after, like, let's say I got like some of them, so then the rest of them is just repeating because like different age groups have
Okay,
very
fine. No,
similar.
it's okay. Yeah, no, you should always back your data. And I am no one to say that, you have not reached saturation. If you think you have reached, good. But yes, if you're thinking of publishing, then there could be a matter of concern.
No,
So
it will, it will take time for me to publish. I mean, I'm still going to the site and then I'm still collecting data. That is the stage
fine.
which it
All right.
And there was another
Okay.
question which I had. So
Yes.
you were talking about
Yes.
the like size of the circle, and so basically, so that is in some sense, I thought that you're trying to convert the qualitative data into quantitative figures, showing the significance of one factor more than others. So then,
Yeah. This only happens. No.
no, I haven't gotten to the question yet. So there might be times that in analyzing your data, so you might also come across something which might not have repeated so many times, but despite that, it might be a very significant one.
Yes. No, but how can you say that is a significant one? Then it gets repeated. Don't you think so? At least it will. It may not get repeated in all my interviews, but it may get repeated. For example, let's say for many of you in Satara, the midday meal will be a matter of concern because you people do work, in the rural areas and, maybe with the, mainly with the public school children, right? But now let's say in my entire 50 interviews, it's only one person talking about the poor quality of midday meal food preparation. That's not significant for my particular data set. It could be significant, in the sense, oh, yes, somebody has pointed out that, she doesn't eat the food because it's not cooked properly. but it is not so significant in my data set. I'm not saying that that theme is not significant or that particular quote is not significant, but it is not significant for my data set because it did not get repeated.
But so I was also wondering about this thing, and I'm thinking out loud right now. So let's say, so there is a person who sees things differently in some sense, and
Yes.
and the rest of the
Yes.
sample is not like that person. And
Right.
so let's
Yes.
say I am, let's say I'm disabled or something, somehow physically challenged.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
then the rest of the sample is not going through that challenge, but then the things which I will see
No,
from,
but then why? And so, no, I understand. I'm cutting you here. Physically challenged, but why will I then interview? That person should not be in my inclusion criteria. Otherwise, I do a study with all physically. Like it depends, what's your
it
inclusion and
depends,
exclusion.
yeah, perhaps, yeah.
Of course, it depends on exclusion and inclusion. You can't say that. No, so see, what we can do is, since you talked about the significance thing, so this is something known as an outlier. So we can mention that, let's say, I will not tell you. So this happens. Let's say the majority of the students of public school were satisfied with the midday meal, but there was one participant who did not reported criticizing it, saying that the rice was cooked in a raw, or the rice which was cooked was raw. So that's why, she did not consume it. So you can even mention that, but don't think that you're going to spot this as a theme, because how will you justify it when you're saying just only one participant mentioned it? Did you get that? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say, moreover, if this would have become a very significant theme in another case, when we were talking about the quality of midday meals in schools, and when we are doing a research on that particular topic, then of course, let's say many would not even have mentioned this, but then also this would have been an important factor. I would have mentioned it somewhere. So it depends what you're focusing on, what's your topic. It's more to do with fruits and vegetables. But anyways, she's saying rice is cooked raw. Of course, she talks about vegetables also, that, the vegetable is separate and the water is separate. That's why she doesn't consume it. But yeah, not as much significant as I would consider. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's the thing, it's subjective. I told you, that's why you don't have one coder, you have two coders, right?
Right.
That's why yeah, right. Yes, I have something in the chat box. 1 second. Yeah. See, now I'm being a bit honest, Dipshika, with this one. So Dipshika, actually, it's a direct message to me, but I want to share it with you. She's asking me, is it necessary to have more than one coder? Yes. According to rules of qualitative research, yes. So the answer is yes. You can go to my TONGS checklist last week. I think I don't have the time today, otherwise I'll go through CASP. And I think even in SRQR, the standard reporting for qualitative research, that also mentions about it. You can go through the study material shared with you last week. Have you worked on projects where you are the sole coder? Have you ever had to justify your choices if coding is done by you? Yeah. So now I'll tell you the reality. This happened with me in my doctoral project. So my first project, my PhD, I really don't know what is qualitative research. So I did consult my friends in Australia because I was, doing my research from there. So they said, Neha, nobody's going to code it for you. Nobody has the time, and either you code it for them or something. So then I spoke to my supervisor. I said, what shall I do? He said, you just code, no problem. So I did everything on my own. Then what happened? My supervisor asked me for 5 transcripts. Okay. And he did not ask for the codes. He didn't ask for the themes, nothing. He said, you start writing your themes. So I never shared any coding sheet or any of my themes, nothing. I just started writing my results along with the themes. So he was fine with it. He said, fine, it looks like you have, extracted the right themes. But I think when I have to check that paper. I'm not sure. If you can give me some time, I can just pull out that paper and see what I have written. I really don't remember. I hope I have not lied there. Let's see what I've written. I really don't remember. It's a paper of 2016. Just give me a moment. I will get that to you across. Where is it? Okay, it should be in this folder. 1 second. Just give me a moment. Neha, publications, appetite. So actually, this was my first ever paper published in my PhD and first paper of my life. So quite close to my heart, and we will see. And this is the only paper where I asked only one question, which I want to show you. Now I have to share. 1 second. How do I do that? Yes. Share screen. Where is it now? That's not coming through. 1 second. Can you see this paper? Deepshika, can you see it? I don't know.
Yes,
Nobody's
we can see the
replied.
paper.
Oh, yeah, fine, perfect. Sounds good. Okay. So anyways, first I'll just show you the question so that if I don't know, where is that question? Okay. One common question about the influence on adolescent food behavior was posed to all the participants. Excuse me. This was, what is the most likely influence on an adolescent's food habits? Okay, the face validity of this open-ended question. So you can also do a qualitative research with one question. So I'm just trying to tell you that it's not that you have to have a number of questions. And this is, this published in one of the top-rated journals in, behavioral nutrition. It's Q1 with an impact factor of 5.44 as of now. And even that time, it was very good. It was always a Q1 journal. Now, let's read what I have written. I will just go through quickly through the analysis and from here. The lead researcher undertook the transcription of the audio, 2 teachers. Okay, 3 parents. That is member checking, which I did. Neither the school principal nor the students wish to review. The transcribed data were analyzed thematically using the N-Vivo along with some manual coding. Mariam, this answers you. So I use N-Vivo software for the preliminary coding, and the coding tree kind of was done with manual. That's why I mentioned manual coding. Okay, Mariam? So even if you do that, just mention that. This software facilitates identification of theme and the extraction of associated quotations on the data set. Oh, okay. I justified this way. Fine. Deepshika, now the answer comes through. I really didn't remember this now. Additionally, the LexiMancer text analysis program was also employed to verify themes established in the N-Vivo analysis. So I actually used 2 softwares. That's why I got saved. Otherwise, they would have definitely asked me that, why there are not 2 coders or anything, I think. I'll just now stop sharing again and we can go back. Deepshika, I think I've answered you. Okay. So I use 2 softwares. Okay, I think that answers Deepshika's query also, that yes, you will need 2 people. And LexiMancer, it acted as an independent, another software with no bias, because individuals may have some bias, but that was a software which helped me to do the themes. And yes, and Vishal, that software actually has size of bubbles. And that shows, which theme is repeated maximum or which has a larger impact. That tells you. Yeah.
I see. You said LexiMancer, right?
Yeah, LexiMancer. It's written, it's there in my paper. You can just have a look at it. Again, it's from Australia. Yeah, again, a software. But it's a very interesting software. Very nice. You get very good, colorful clouds. A very nice one to work with. Yeah. It's very good with content analysis. Like you want to search a particular term in a paper, or, you want to, do a content analysis of a document, of a government document, and you throw in words like nutrition, or for example, I want to see how many times anemia has been used in science textbooks. So LexiMancer is very good. You just put the book in and just use the term anemia, and it will show you how many times it's been used or whatever it is. Yeah,
right.
It's a very you can of course it's a nice one. I'm not using it. I just used it in at my PhD level. Yeah, but yes, after that, It's always been 2 coders. It's always been. Yeah.
And you were also talking about CASP, is it? What is it? What is CASP?
CASP. Today I don't think I'll be able to cover because I'm really
That's
tired.
fine. But then
That is the it's an appraisal tool. It's an appraisal tool. And we can use that for even doing systematic reviews of qualitative research, which I think I will do next week. I'll start with that, and then I'll go to type how to do interviews and all. That should be my one.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Any other questions? Oh, I don't know. Mariam, do you have any question? Have I answered all your questions?
Yes, ma'am. I had a related question to what Vishal had asked regarding the sample size. Also, are looking at one study where we're looking at government officials because they are informants.
Government officials. Okay.
Can look at participant informants. So that the sample size is slightly lower than 10. Is that okay? Because
no, 1 second. Is it only like 8? So is it, the paper will be based only on that, or you have other respondents for that?
there are multiple methods, including participant observation. So, but to get a particular piece of information or pursuing a line of inquiry, we have to also have participant informants. So that sample size is slightly on the lower. So that's what I wanted to know. What is the
no.
Yeah.
See, of course, since yours is a homogeneous, and moreover, yours is like key informants. This is a term many people use in qualitative research, key informants. So there you can have 10 to 12 also, or 8 also. But see, just publishing that solely is not possible. Being very clear, I'm being very clear. But yes, if it is in combination with other, maybe another quantitative data or other qualitative data, then you can think of it. Because then it's not a problem. Then you can say, yeah, you reach saturation at 8. What is the problem? What is the problem? There's no problem in that. But yeah, just publishing 8 interviews, no, then you will have a tough time. I'm sorry. Then you cannot publish. Either you combine with other qualitative data, related to that research, or some quantitative data. Then it makes that, then it has a good chance to get published.
Okay, ma'am. I had another question. Suppose I have done the coding already because I have multimedia. So I'm looking at pictures, documents, and I want to use N-Vivo to collate that. Is that possible to use? Because I've seen people referring that N-Vivo is also sort of a site where you can look at pictures analysis, different types of
No. For example, let's say you put a picture and you code the picture. It's going to be the same way to code it. Okay. Like, I don't know what kind of coding you want to do in a picture. Like, for example, let's say I also have a picture, for this particular study. So I know, like, maybe I can say that I can see, I don't need to even code. The most favorite and popular fruit is mango. Like, as of now, I just got it as mango. And I think it's going to be universal. I'm expecting another 30 children drawing mango as the favorite fruit. Okay. And so I don't know what to code here. Like, I'm just asking, like, if you have something, or maybe it's a video recording. I know you can code even videos. Like, some sections of the video, it talks about this, or a documentary, it talks about it. But personally, I haven't used it, and I've not even received any training in that. How to code not a document, sorry, how to code a video or a movie or a films, a short video or a short documentary, whatever you say. That, yeah. But in a picture, you can just code it as it is. Like, you can just take out and, what if there's something, or if there's something story, then it's another thing. Maybe like I gave a child, let's say the appetite one. I can give a child this question. What are the influences on your food habits? You just draw them. So then you can do the coding from there. Like, the child is drawing 4 influences, maybe mummy, papa, or, parents, he or she draws, maybe friends, and whatever it is. So then you can code from there. But that coding will be similar to this coding. as far as I understand. Yeah. As far as I understand, Mariam. I don't know if you can show it to me and then perhaps we can just try. But, being very frank, I've never coded any pictures. Yeah. Yeah. For transcripts, I know I've been using it because I mainly do interviews and focus groups. So I have been using it for long. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anything else? If you have any questions, let me know. Any questions? Or shall we close now? I think it's 5:40. I don't know. Dipshika, Bishal, Apeksha is there, Shisha is there, Ankita, Mariam, Vivek, anyone. Yeah.
No,
I don't
nothing
know if
from
I
my
know it.
side.
Mariam. Bishal, I don't know. You are all PhD scholars, I'm asking. Are you all PhD scholars? All
Yeah.
of you?
Yes.
Okay. Bishal, whom are you
Not
working
me.
with, if I can ask?
So I'm working at IIT Bombay, but in the design department. So basically, I'm a student of two universities. One is Monash and one is IIT Bombay.
Oh, okay, okay. So you have that Australia connection. Okay,
I
okay,
have,
fine,
yeah.
fine. I got that Monash, I know where. Yeah, okay, that's good. So fine. Okay, but you also work in this sector? Like, how come you? I'm just wondering
No, so
in that
basically my
sense.
research is qualitative. So is that
Wow.
what you're asking? Like the sector that
Yes,
I
yes,
should
yes. So,
be
like, yeah, so qualitative, like you're looking at different designs, or maybe
in?
neighborhood,
So
or you're
no,
looking at like.
so I'll just explain my project so that will answer a lot of your queries. So
Mhm.
I'm working a project called democratizing neighborhood mapping through design. So it's in the intersection of like
Yeah,
design mapping and sociology. So yeah, and I can like talk
interesting.
more about it, but then perhaps not now.
No, no, that's fine. I'm just wondering. I'm just asking. And what about Apeksha? Does Apeksha do anything? I don't know. I don't know. How perhaps, or is she writing something? I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
she is also doing her PhD. I mean, so she has just joined her
Okay.
PhD in the design department of IIT Bombay, IDC.
Okay. Design, which is IDC. I know IDC.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
That's fine. What about, okay. Okay. I don't know if Vivek is a professor or a student. I have no idea. I have no idea.
I am doing a sponsored project with design department with Professor Bharat.
Oh, interesting. Today I have a lot of design students coming through. That is something I have no idea. Really, in design, qualitative is used. That's interesting. I had
We are
no
doing
clue
a
about
study which is a combination of qualitative and quantitative. So we wanted to learn how to do it.
Oh, wow. But I really had no clue. But this is so fascinating. Because right now I'm doing one work, like I'm just doing a project on open gyms, because BHU has 4 open gyms, newly constructed. And BHU is a public university in the sense, like it's open for public. It's not a gated community like IIT Bombay that you have to
Right.
show a card in. Anybody can come in BHU and do anything. So we're looking at how this open gym, it's like the social responsibility of educational institutions towards the university. We are looking at that. And that's why I mean my team is interviewing people across different age groups. Yeah, and my saturation is going to come around 60-65 at that number, because we have public and different, both male, female, old. There's someone who's 68-year-old, there's someone who's 14-year-old who's using the gym. So we have that kind of age difference. So that's why and moreover, different social economic strata. Of course, I'm not asking all that stuff to them, just asking 3 questions. Interesting. I had really no clue that design also has this. Oh, Mariam, we don't have Sitara students today. What happened to Sitara students? Ashish was Sitara, na?
Yes, ma'am, we did have.
Ashish. And who was the other one? Ankita also was. And what about Dipshika also Sitara, right?
No, no, Deepshika is again from design.
Oh, design. Oh my God. This is something oh, that's nice. Interesting. But yeah, one day I would like to see what kind of a project you guys do and how qualitative helps.
Yeah, I
Like
think so. A lot of people are now like switching on to qualitative work.
Yeah.
But as Vivek said, so mostly it's a combination of qualitative and quantitative.
Yeah, mixed method
Yeah,
is, right now. It's mixed method which rules, and that
right,
only sells.
right.
Very frank, that only sells. Just qualitative, then it has to be very niche topic. It has
Right.
to be very niche, like working on fathers, like which I did just recently. Then it's easier to get through in top journal in one go.
Hmm.
But yeah, something which has already been done in that, if you only do qualitative, then it's very difficult to publish in a top tier journal. Top tier. Then you have to do mixed methods. There is no other option. No other option. It happens. Okay, I think I shall take a leave and maybe I'll see you guys next week. Okay.
All right. Yeah,
Mariam,
thank you. It was really helpful.
Mariam? Oh yeah, thank you, Vishal. I'm glad if I could be of any help to all of you. I'm really happy. I had really no clue that qualitative can be used in design research even. Good. Thank you for that information. I'm also learning with you all. Yeah. Mariam, shall I leave or is there anyone
Yes.
waiting?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for the suggestion. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Mariam, next week also we'll be doing, right? Next week also?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. I'll still confirm with her, but yes, please.
Yeah, I think. And then we stop for December. Then January, I will do 2 sessions maybe. Okay.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
So
Have a lovely
I have a
weekend.
question. So if we have to attend again the next week, so because today
Yes.
by accident we got a message on the group, so because of which you get to see a lot of design people today. But if that message doesn't
Oh,
appear
okay.
next week, so we do not know how to access this.
So, what I am doing is I'm circulating PhD Sitara students. I think it should reach you. But yeah,
I can hope.
yeah, you can also contact me. I'll who gave you the contact. Was it in the PhD group, right?
Yeah, you can just write your email ID in the chat or something. So maybe that will be useful. So I'll take it down and
Yeah,
I can
that's the
give it to
best
you.
thing, Mariam. Then you can just pull them into that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mariam.
Okay, then Mariam, I'm taking leave. Okay. And I'll see you guys next week. Okay. Bye-bye. Take care, everyone. Yeah. Bye.